What is going on? Thank you for joining us. This is I'm Glenn from Crimson Lotus Tea. We're here tonight for the Midnight Tea Club. We're gonna brew up some tea, have some fun. Let me know if that music is too loud or not loud enough. Thank you, Lamu, for the tea. A little bit behind here tonight. Apologize for that. Getting things started right now. I haven't even broadcasted it to Instagram yet, so need to figure out a way to do that. But if you're just tuning in, that's awesome. Say hi and let me know what you're drinking tonight. Let me know if the volume on the microphone is good or if it needs to be louder or quieter or anything like that. It should be pretty good. Let me pop out the chat here so it's easier to see. Jared McFarlane, what's going on, man? Party time is right. Yeah, let's see. We got the tea right there. We should be able to see that. Sound is good. Well, if you say the sound is good, that's good to know because I trust your expertise. Sounds good on volume. Nice. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I've spent quite a long time this week trying to make sure that the audio was all good. In fact, let me check one more thing over here while I'm getting some stuff going on. All right, this is the show pour from Llama. We're going to set that over there. We're going to start off with Troublemaker tonight. If you guys have Troublemaker, go ahead and grab a little bit of that. We're going to do Troublemaker and then the white label. Nice. Ty is about to start brewing up a Planet Kunlu ball. There we go. Very nice. And here's the lovely Llama. She's going to be joining us as well. I'm going to see if she can slide in a little bit closer. The fisheye kind of makes things get a little bit weird, but it's still all good. Let's see here. Let's see. Got to make one tiny little tweak, and then we'll get it going.
Yeah, the tea looks pretty good.
The tea looks pretty good. One sec. Cody says, stuff happens. Don't feel bad about it. I was going to ask what your tea of choice is for sore throats. I was thinking something show for this session. Show pour probably for sore throats. I think shung can be a little bit aggressive. Making a quick tweak here to the audio. In the past, I've known. Let me know if that significantly changed things for the better or the worse. I noticed my microphone with my setup here introduces quite a noticeable little hiss in the background. And just turned on a quick noise filter in the broadcasting software. It's supposed to take care of all of that. So we'll see if that actually did work.
For me, if I have a sore throat, I probably will prefer shampoo myself, just the
Really?
freshness. And the shampoo usually give me more whole yun.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I guess if you have a sore throat, you pretty much just do your super ginger honey. Llama's got a old family ginger honey recipe.
Yeah,
so.
How about try ginger honey? That's really helped the sore
with
throat.
show ginger honey with show. No, I don't know. Yeah, just take some ginger, chop it all up. What do you? Well, tell them your magic recipe.
Cut to the smaller pieces and put it to a pan and add water and then put the brown sugar and some honey. You're just boiling. Usually boiling for like 20 minutes. It's very strong, spicy. But once you drink it, it's actually warm your body and cool your throat. I really like it.
Pull my phone out of my pocket here. I am not prepared tonight. We're just a little bit behind. But I'm going to make a quick little Instagram post if you guys don't mind. There's a lot of people on Instagram that might not know that we are ready to go. We're here. We're up. We're going. Getting some tea done. I hope you guys have had a good week. This is always a really fun time of the week for us. It's the end of the week. We can kind of sit down. Kids are in bed. We're gonna sit down, have a little tea. It's a nice, relaxing for us, and we hope it is for you all as well.
I think for us, usually after kids go to bed, it's time for us to start work.
That's usually when we start getting stuff done.
Having tea, it's actually relaxed. You don't need to worry about anything else.
I'm gonna give you the white cup.
Sure.
Today.
Oh, you stick a little paint on your hand.
I know. Yeah, Llama and I were doing some painting today, and so if you see, maybe the light's too bright, you can't even see it. But yeah, I got a lot of paint on my hand. Don't worry about it. I did wash my hands for the session, but
tastes like paint.
Yeah, tastes like paint. Could you top it off with a little water in there?
Okay.
If you could, thanks. Bam. All right, let's get a. There we go. Get a fun Instagram photo going on here. This is it. This is behind the scenes Crimson Lotus social media, just like this. There we go.
Is that troublemaker? I say yeah.
Yes, gently smiling jaws. It is troublemaker. That is what we were going to go for, and our light is so bright it actually really kind of washes out whatever I put there. But yes, we're going to go with troublemaker, which is this one right here, which has super awesome art. Really love this stuff. This is actually really great tea in general. We're going to start off with that. Start off with troublemaker and switch to a new show pu'er, our white label cake. So.
Oh, actually, I break Lucky Claw.
I apologize. I brought Lucky Cloud.
Like,
I was thinking white label cake, but I grabbed Lucky Cloud. So we're going to be having Lucky Cloud. So if any of you still have that, it's a tea that we don't actually sell on the site anymore. Yeah, the troublemaker is a little heavily compressed, but there's a lot of buds in this and a lot of nice smokiness. And Instagram just crashed on me. So.
I don't think. I think like a top of clouds is much heavier than the troublemaker. It's not that hard to break.
Yeah, no, top of the clouds is certainly heavily compressed. Well, let's try and take this picture again, guys. Instagram's being crappy for me today. Let's see, where was it?
Yep. Oh, sorry.
It's just one of those. It's just one of those computer days.
Nothing works.
Feels like it. Nothing's working.
Reboot
my phone.
Yep.
There we go. We'll try it again.
For me, just my phone doesn't have enough memory, so that will happen to me.
All right. You can calm down. You can do this. We can do this. Man, it's got that rich. That's a much more. It's very clean mineral smokiness. It's nice. I like this one. Put this cup back up here.
Oh, smell changed a lot, or maybe from this.
I think it's that Yixing, and it's just really warm right now.
It actually reminds me little Tibetan yak cheese.
Interesting. Reminds you of Tibetan yak cheese.
Yep.
See if this tea reminds anybody else of Tibetan yak cheese.
How
many people on here have actually had Tibetan yak cheese to be able to see if Llama was actually correct in it or not? It's probably because there is like some smokiness that's done in the yak cheese process.
Yeah, it's remind me my old Shangri-La house.
So this has
when I open the yak cheese, that's how it feels like.
I could see because it wasn't they didn't store with a refrigerator there, right? So it was natural wood.
Yeah,
so like natural wood stored. I can see if it had been like a type of cedar or something like that, that it might be actually bringing in some of those aromas.
Yeah.
I can totally see that. It's 2021. Must be Skynet's fault. Is that the year? Is that the year that Skynet goes live? I can't remember what it was. I thought it was some other year. I can't remember. Had a similar decoration earlier with black decoction. A similar decoction, excuse me, with a black cardamom and Chinese licorice root. Well, that sounds really interesting. What was the occasion for that? You just wanted to have some fun. There we go. The phone is back up. This is what happens when you only buy an iPhone once every 5 years.
It's time to upgrade.
It's time to upgrade. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe it's time to downgrade. Maybe it's time to get off the mobile internet and just do everything on an old flip phone. You guys can send me SMS. I don't know. Sometimes I'm fascinated and horrified at the same time with technology. Maybe you guys feel the same way. Cody Smith, TSCM herbs for wind cold symptoms. Well, I hope you get feeling better, man.
Yeah.
Jared is experimenting with mixing a 2016 show pour with a late 1990s show. Wow. All right, let me know how that goes.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Is it more of your cheesy aromas?
Aroma is so floral.
All right, guys. Let's see if this is the time when Instagram actually will work for me.
I think this is the time.
This is it. All right, Instagram. It's your time to shine. Don't crash on me. I rebooted you. Bam. Okay.
I think it's gonna work.
It's gonna work. Gotta make a post. All right, guys. Give me a sec here. I gotta try and get some more people into it. Yeah, you're gonna smell that? Good.
Yeah. Ooh.
Midnight Tea Club is live now
Super
on
smoky once you move over.
YouTube. YoyTube. I spelled YoyTube. There we go. All right. We'll get this done. Get this done.
Pretty cool.
All right.
I can put water there.
No, I got it. There we go. Okay, so that is up, and in a second I'll do a nice little dump and send it out to everybody. Tea Wizard made it in time. Thank you so much. We are drinking Troublemaker Shung Pu'er. It's mid 2000s, probably 2005, 2006. Somewhere around there. Monghai area blend. For whatever reason, everybody and their brother was pressing cakes that look like this, little bricks that look like this at the exact same time in the mid 2000s. It was just very trendy.
Yeah, and then they put exactly same words on the top. They probably have this mold.
Yeah, it's probably one factory that had, or a handful of factories that had a really similar mold, and they just pressed these by the millions. Probably we've seen these in tons of shops. They all taste a little bit different, and this was one that really spoke to us. Very happy to get it. Very happy to find it.
I think we tried this tea on one of the big tea expo one time.
Yep.
And we found it's very interesting. Then we bought a sample. When we drink it, we just gradually really like this tea.
Yeah. We had
we have to.
It was this lady. This lady was running this tea shop at a market and or at a tea festival, and so we liked it. Bought a brick of it. And then we kept, after we got home, we really enjoyed it, and we started negotiating with her for trying to purchase the rest of it. And
it's getting expensive every time we try to negotiate.
It was this is kind of one of the reasons why we called it Troublemaker, because it's after her. She was just such a special negotiator.
Yeah,
trying it out. As soon as she knew that we were into this tea, then like she would jack up the price, and then she'd be like, "Well, tell you what, if you buy double, then I'll give it to you at the price that I told you I'd give it to you at." And then we were like, "Fine, we'll do that." And she's like, "Well, I don't want to sell you that much." And then
yeah. Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
But we really like this tea, so we
we like the tea, and so eventually we're like, "All right, fine. Like we will just tell me how much
you want it."
All of it. Tell me like how much all of it you have is, and we will buy like all of it. And even then, and then she was just like, "Well, I don't want to do it now," and things. So we were just, I don't know. So naming it Troublemaker was very apt given the experience that we had. With her. Una bit 45. How are you? Having some silver needle now. That sounds great. We are doing Shung Pu'er. This is Troublemaker, and we're just telling the story of that. Bam.
It's awesome, like everybody drinking tea at the same time.
It is nice. It's really nice to have everybody drinking tea at the same time.
Yeah, and drinking different teas. Oh, this is now washed right there.
Nope, that is it. That is ready to go, and it's probably pretty strong. Pretty strong.
Actually, it's not.
It's not? It's nice and mellow? Cool.
It's mellow.
All right, you guys. You may be getting an Instagram notification from me because I'm just sending it all out now in bulk.
Yeah.
Gotta get my tea peeps in here. So much fun. The more people are in, the more fun it is. There we go. I think we're good. Awesome. Now we can concentrate having some tea.
You probably sent one to me.
I did. Is that why you just got to pop up? I did. I included Lost in Yunnan. You never know. Yeah, so we had a busy day painting and stuff today. Got home about 15 minutes ago, so I was scrambling to get things ready. So I appreciate everyone's patience as I continue to.
I think during the COVID time, people are doing lots of
remodelations. A lot of remodeling.
Projects.
Yeah, a lot of projects.
Yeah.
We've got more COVID projects than you guys want to know about. We've been very active COVID.
Adding project to you. I want a playground.
Yes. Yeah. Lamu has built on my already large honeydew list. But I've been working on it. I do good. I'm a good honey.
Yes, you are.
Unbedid45 appreciates us. Thank you so much. This was it's always fun to be able to put these sessions together. And let me check out why my little music stream is going wonky. Everything on the internet just seems a little weird lately.
It's very light too. Is that to you too?
A little bit. I did not push it hard because I know if pushing this one hard in the beginning, it can get a little strong. But
And it's it's open at all.
yeah, no, this one here can brew for a long time. I was talking with Ms. Roxanne earlier, and she was also drinking this tea, and that's why I was like, you know what, that sounds like a really good tea to drink. So if she jumps on, she said she was going to save her leaves from her earlier session so that she didn't get like super over caffeinated because it's closer to midnight there. It is very smart. You have to plan. You have to plan ahead. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and brave RT. I'm going to go ahead and toss it up on RT again. I find if I throw it up there for a little bit on RT, turn it off when I'm not there, then people don't get all antsy about it. So I've been having fun with that. It's nice. I want more people in. Have tea with us. Have tea together.
I'm borrowing my cups to you, Ben.
I am drinking Lamu's cup. And Twig and Snip says she's already falling asleep. She's not a night owl. I sent it out to everybody. But Wink and Cat and Derek said that they're gonna hop on for a little bit. But they're going to bed. They'll put it on their big screen for their dogs to watch.
Yep, that's awesome. Perfect time. Maybe you should do more like a morning
tea for dogs. Well, so some of you saw that I actually did my first like morning tea. Like if you were here last week, I talked about like doing this thing called Monday morning matcha. Well, I worked all Sunday night to get the graphics and everything all set up and ready for Monday morning matcha, and then I completely slept like straight through it. It was just not possible for me to wake up that early on a Monday morning. So I redid the graphics on Monday, and I just made it morning matcha. And we did it on Tuesday. So now it can be any morning, but I will try for Monday morning because I kind of like the idea of having it early in the week. So, and it was really nice because we actually got a much larger audience from Europe, which was pretty cool. A couple people from Israel, a bunch of people from Europe, and a bunch of people had all tuned in for the for morning matcha, which was much more accessible to that time zone. So it was kind of cool. I got to see people that I don't normally see. People who complain that they want to come into a tea tasting, live tea tasting, but they can't because the times are all wrong. So it's perfect. Joseph Burton, yes, I did say hi to you. Jared says, for the 2016, good quality, but not as much character. The late 90s is aged. Oh yeah, Jared is doing some experiments mixing different decades of Shopur, which is kind of interesting. Funky on its own, but together, best of both worlds. I don't know, you tell me, did it work out pretty good?
Yeah.
Joseph was playing D&D, went late, still up. Perfect. All right, D&D, just mix it up, D&D and T. And you're set. A friend of mine actually was doing a sort of D&D and tea type event. He bought some tea and teaware from us, and the actual there was an actual character. The game master was a tea dragon character, and so he incorporated like gongfu into the campaign that they were doing. But people didn't really know if they could trust the dragon, whether like the tea was poisoned or not. So it had an interesting story element into it. And I thought that was pretty cool. So then everyone would be sitting down and having tea while they were doing D&D, but it was not just tea. It was actually part of the story as well, which is
that's super cool.
Pretty awesome. I thought it was super cool. I thought it was really creative way to to do that. All right, boom 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 boom. I'm gonna brave Reddit. This one might be a little bit stronger. Brew this one just a scratch longer.
But I think it's okay. I think that the age does remove lots of sharpness.
Oh, that's still quite nice. Although I've got this I've got my magic cup. Everything's nice in the magic cup. You can try some of that.
Because
it's a really nice teapot.
Usually use the guy one.
Show off a little teaware tonight. Bam! Check out this one. This one's pretty cool. I like this one because this one actually has a lot of hand carved characters and stuff in there, which is pretty cool.
Rich country, rich people.
And so the nice thing about having carved things in your teapot is when you pour the tea over it, it starts to catch all the oils, and so the more you do it, the more the tea actually kind of jumps. And this teapot was a gift to us, and it's nice. It's really nice. We like it. A family friend gave it to us our first year, and we've been using it for aged tea ever since.
I like how heavy it is.
It is very heavy. Joseph Burton says, super cool. Was getting my D&D friends into tea, but we had to move everything online. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, everyone just needs their own little like gongfu setup at home, and you can still do it virtually. It's just a little bit more tricky.
Same for your poker night. You used to do like once a month. Now
yeah,
everybody
I used
has
to do like
online.
The online poker thing just didn't work. People bet differently, and they had different strategies, and
you cannot tell easily.
Yeah, no, it just didn't. It was much harder to see people's tells and things like that. Even though it was like you had like a Zoom window open and found a decent app that lets you do all that stuff. But I don't know, it just wasn't the same. It felt like I was just throwing money away. I'm like, why did I just like spend $30 to sit and look at a screen with a bunch of other people when I could have used that time for something else? It was just a couple months of that. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this virtual poker
I think in
anymore.
person is much fun. Yeah, kind of get away.
It's a lot more fun. I'm okay with if I like lose money, like in a room with a bunch of guys. I don't know. It was just weird. I did not vibe with the online poker night. Sadly, it was and I was trying to help set it up, but it it just wasn't right. It wasn't right. Amos, this is the second time you've come into our chat talking about Walmart tea. What is going on, Amos Green? What is your what is going on with you in Walmart tea? What are you talking about?
I think there would be good chance to get a good tea in the Asian market. Like Echma, they actually have a selection.
There's some decent stuff if you can find some Asian.
Range 99, What's Maya in Seattle downtown. They all have.
Well, I'm not. These people may not live in places that are so Asian centric, like the Pacific Northwest. I mean, Lama's in a pretty good spot because she can walk. She can practically walk to like 5 different Asian grocery stores from our house.
Yeah.
A long
I
walk,
go shopping,
but...
I can see people grab tea from there, which they really like it.
Yeah. Tea Wizards having some unusual Dianhong with tiny leaves. Interesting, like a Jinjun Mei Dianhong, something like that. Okay, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's weird if it tastes good.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you fill up a little bit more water in this in a sec.
The color is orange-ish.
Yeah, I'll show off the color on the screen in the next one. Probably need to fill it all the way up. It's pretty empty.
Okay.
T Wizard says it's surprisingly good. Well, that's awesome. Doesn't matter how weird it is if it's that good. I like Dianhong a lot. I like Yunnan blacks. There's some really amazing black teas in Yunnan. We like most of you know, we did start selling some this year for the first time.
Oh yeah.
May sell some more in the future if I find something that's worth it. Ziaxio, what is going on? Guess who? It's you. If you guys remember from last week, Ziaxio said that he may not make it to any more sessions because he was going to go hiking and he was going to go digging out some rocks in a very dangerous place, and he thought he might not make it, but apparently he did. He survived. He came back.
Did you find anything?
I chatted with him, and he said no. He said no. They did not find anything. It was cold and frozen, and they were chipping rocks underneath a giant overhang that was held together just with the ice. And
oh my goodness, so scary.
It was pretty scary, and all that time and all that effort, and you found nothing. But that's that's the story of a rock hound, right?
Yeah.
You know, you got your ups and you got your downs. You got your highs and lows.
I remember
they moved 200 gallons of rocks with sledges and chisels. That's crazy, man. T-Wizard, Ziaxio actually does have quite a collection of radioactive rocks.
Oh wow.
Guys could what's your Instagram? Alex Rawhound, something like that, or is that Pogbuck? I don't know. I should let you announce your own Instagram if you want. If you guys want to follow him on Instagram, he can put out his name there. He does he posts cool pictures of rocks and fun stuff that he finds.
Yeah, it's kind of cool when you have a question about rock, you can just send to him.
Yeah, and there's one of the really cool things about Yunnan is like Yunnan is there's tons of amazing like rocks and minerals and all sorts of cool, like agates and things. And so I'm always like finding pictures of something and sending it to him. Like, hey man, what do you think of this? And he kind of tells me about it. It's kind of fun.
Kind of funny because when my parents came here, we took them to the Olympic National Park.
Yeah.
All my mom do is digging fun the rocks.
Your mom was, that's right. Your mom was just fascinated with like everything here because she'd never been in this environment before, and so like even like the stones were like,
like
did you guys see the stone I found? Like, yeah, we've got tons of them.
Yeah. She's collecting them, so I was
Yeah.
thinking maybe have lots of good stuff here too.
Xiaxio's Instagram is private. I'm sorry, guys, you're not going to be able to see his amazing collection of radioactive rocks. I don't know if any of you else have seen this, but as a kid, my family and I, we really loved the movie What's Up, Doc? With Barbara Streisand and what's his face? I'm not sure if any of you have seen that. It was a classic film, and we watched it all the time as kids. And one of the guys in there is he's a musicologist who specializes in rocks, and there's all the I just have all these really fond memories of this whole movie that's based around this guy's rocks, and they get mistaken and sent to someplace else, and he spends the whole movie trying to find like these rocks of his, and it's just I don't know if anybody's seen it, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. It's a hilarious movie. And if you haven't, What's Up, Doc is actually a really funny, classic old movie to watch.
Yep, I don't think I watched it.
Maybe we watched it once. You had to have seen it. Our family would have shown it to you, right? Like everyone's meeting at the same hotel. Yeah, they all have the same. They all have the same bags. All the bags are the same color, but the bags get mixed up. One bag has a bunch of jewels in it. One bag has money. Well, the one guy, his whole bag was just full of rocks, and that's just what I imagine. Like all of Alex's bags. Like if I ever see Alex with a bag or a backpack, I'm just gonna assume it's just full of rocks, and I'm probably true.
One of the box right there just said classified.
Yeah. One of the bags had secret documents from some spy in there, and they all get mistaken because all the bags look the same and nobody knows who has it and stuff like that. What's Up, Doc? Love that movie. Torn Ham. I'm glad you know it. I'm starting to think the older I get, the less people actually catch my cultural references. So I'm really glad that you're there for me. You got my back. I appreciate it.
The young kids will know what you're talking about.
And I don't understand what the young kids are talking about either. Although I'm somewhat up on the some of the stuff. I can catch some of the references and memes. I'm not that old. I am, but I'm not that.
But the internet actually bring all the information to everybody.
Yeah, but there's different areas like the whole Snapchat thing. Like we made a Snapchat account and I played around with it and I used it and I just couldn't get it. Like I mean I totally understood it, but it just didn't make. It just seemed useless to me.
Like an Instagram story, right? Once Instagram has a story function, it's probably...
Roadway, what is going on? Howdy, we are drinking pu-erh tea tonight. We're getting started off. Midnight Tea Club with pu-erh. We are doing Troublemaker, which you actually may have. Do you have any Troublemaker there? Fire it up. Xiaxio never cared for Snapchat either. Yeah, we played around with it. I did it for a while, made a Crimson Lotus Tea account, interacted with people, and it just... I don't know. It just never grabbed me as something that was. And then as soon as Instagram added Instagram stories, I'm just like, well, what's the point of Snapchat anymore? I guess I don't know. You want some slurping, Dirt Diggler? Dirt Diggler. That's there's a name for you.
Remind me the food TV show or food video I love to watch. They have to make that super loud because
Lamu can watch food. Lamu can watch people eating food for hours.
No, I think it's because of pandemic. I cannot eat lots of food. You can't go out to the restaurant, so I can't actually watch.
But she watches the videos where it's like all you see is like the person's hands in the mouth, and there's a huge microphone.
Yeah. At the beginning, I thought it's so stupid, but when I watch it, I just find it so. It feels like I'm eating, but I'm not eating.
I'll think she's working, and I'll come by, and she's just sitting there staring at the screen, just watching somebody just put noodles. And it's always like a bowl of noodles like this big. It's like 8 pounds of pho or something.
Maybe we
and
should do
finish the whole thing.
Similar thing with the tea.
We could. I could totally do that. No, just have it a little bit darker. The camera's in a little bit closer, a little bit better microphone. You just gotta kind of talk a little bit quieter like this. Drink your tea. A lot of emphasis on the slurping. It could work. It could work.
I bet lots of people will like it.
So Dirt Diggler, what's going on? What are you drinking tonight? What are you slurping on, Dirt Diggler? Xiaxio says that those things are really popular in South Korea. Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh yeah.
Jared wants me to do an ASMR video.
Lots of videos that Korean Koreans are noodles, eggs, sausage. It's really good. And the only Asian food make me want to watch it. I don't really like people eating like burgers.
Like if some guy in like a big huge beard was eating like an entire pizza, just wouldn't do it for you. It has to be Asian food.
It has
Okay,
to be
all right.
It has to be the food I like because pizza and burger, I'm just not really into it. Probably you would like to watch the pizza.
I don't really care to watch people eat food. Like it's just it's not my thing. I can understand it. I get it, especially in this environment and climate when you can't really spend a lot of time in restaurants and things. Being able to sit around and watch somebody else eat,
I
can totally get it.
You brew this tea really good. Each steep, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's getting really strong, but each steep is so enjoyable.
If you might have missed it, but I did actually brew this one really strong, and then I had to add a whole bunch of water because I knew it was going to be strong. So I balanced it down. So thank you for noticing that. Thank you very much. Oh, music stream is done. What is going on? Where's my music stream?
You're seeing the live video still. Huh?
Yeah, thankfully it is. I hope it is. Hope it is. Zioxio says he can watch people dig for crystals for hours. That's pretty awesome. Have you ever streamed? I mean, you've sent me a handful of videos of you just like hammering rock walls, and I think it probably has to do with like the anticipation. Maybe is it similar to like the videos where like somebody's like opening like he's got like a whole box of like classic Magic cards and he opens it up. Is it about the anticipation when you watch like a rock chopping video, a rock hounding videos? Is that what it is? The excitement of like not knowing like what's coming next? Is that what it is? Dirt Diggler's got some show pu-erh. What's going on? What do you got? Anything interesting?
Oh, we're gonna drink a show next.
We'll switch to show pu-erh
in half hour.
Did we get our stimulus check? I think so. Did we?
Yeah. We did.
Llama's the master of coin around here, so
yeah.
We got our stimulus check. Did you get your stimulus check? If I put a $600 cake on the site, would you be interested in purchasing it? Call it Stimmy Poo. Let's just top this up with just a little bit of water. Actually, no, it's already full. I got it. The fun part is watching people pull crystals out of a pocket after they've already hit a good spot. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you did send me one of those videos where like these guys were hiking like way up into something. And then it was a place that they'd already been to before, and it was still pretty like narrow crevice, and they were just going in there, and they put their whole fist in there, and then they just like pull out like this giant crystal. Actually, I'll admit that was.
Oh yeah, I would like to watch that too.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it does look like there we go. Music's back up.
Gotta have a little. Back.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm using partnered with Chill Hop Music on Twitch to let us use their streaming music on our streams as well, which is kind of fun. And Chill Hop is known for this cute little raccoon that kind of walks around and does stuff while they're listening to music. The kids get endlessly entertained. Put this raccoon up on the TV. They can watch him for hours.
It's really relaxing.
It is pretty relaxing. I think I'm going to have to...
Do you need to add water on this
I'm going to have to add water to this one too. I oversteeped this one too. Getting slightly distracted, but I want to show off. I want to show off a little bit of the color this one's getting.
I would try this one without water.
All right, go for it. Bam! Look at that. Look at that show pu-erh. Some nice. There you go. There's the spot right there.
Oh, it's really good. You don't
Look
need
at
to add
that.
water.
Don't need to add water. Mm-hmm. Nice. Cool. Perfect. Joseph Burton loves watching mine exploration videos. I actually really do too. I think those are fascinating and terrifying to me. Some of those people should not be going into some of those places, but they know what they're doing. Lots of smaller ones in the forests of Nova Scotia that are interesting. I've been seeing there's a couple of guys that go through like the mountains in the Sierra Nevadas in California, look for old gold mines and things like that, old gold mines, silver mines, copper mines. I think it's pretty interesting, particularly interesting when the guys that like are so professional that they've actually got like oxygen monitors like on them, so extra oxygen tanks in case they get into like a pocket of like dead air or something, which could actually would kill you. That's some pretty cool stuff. There's a bunch of mines up here in the Pacific Northwest and stuff, but most of them are most of the entrances have all caved in or were intentionally like detonated and stuff, so people can't get in too much too much trouble digging around there. For
me, I won't feel comfortable to go inside.
All right. Yeah. Well, if you don't feel comfortable, then you actually probably
Yeah,
shouldn't.
I should not. They're good.
But I know Ziaxio would love to do it. Ziaxio would be there in a heartbeat. Let's see. Event. Apply. Submit. Okay, it's on RT. I did. I tossed it out there. We're gonna see what happens. What do I think, Ziaxio? What's that?
I already have one upload.
I already got one upvote. Yeah. Amos Green, what do I think about chai tea? I'm assuming you're talking about masala chai, because chai literally is just the Indian word for tea, so chai just means tea. But masala chai is when they take the tea and they mix it with milk and honey and all the different spices and stuff. I like masala chai. I think it's really awesome. It's very unique. In the same vein, I love like Hong Kong style street tea, where like they take like a black tea and just like boil it like super strong, and then just like toss in a bunch of like milk and honey, and I love a really good Hong Kong.
Yeah, in China, some bubble tea they also use really good black tea.
Yeah. No, I like a good masala chai. I don't like it as like spicy as they do like on the street in India, but I like some of the spices, but I don't really like it spicy, if that makes sense. Roxanne is here. What is going on, Roxanne? We are drinking Troublemaker. So you're perfectly in time, in time. We were a little late as well, kind of scrambling. Had a lot to do today. Busy day, and the kids did not want to go to bed tonight. They know they can hear us out here having fun. They think there's a party that they're missing, so they're probably at their doors, like trying to like listen. I know they want to sneak out here and see what we're up to. Mm-hmm. Ziaxio has masala chai with cayenne pepper. See, that's one way to do it. I just don't really like to drink things that are like spicy like that. It depends on the circumstance, but
now I have to say I never tried a tea with spicy.
I think I did with you once. Remember we went to that Remedy Tea in Seattle, and I gave you like that T&T shot of tea, which was like turmeric and cayenne and all the spicy stuff. Did you try that one? I don't remember. Well, like actual like masala chai is actually I mean, and it's not like super spicy, but it's definitely it's heavily, much more heavily spiced than the Western palate is really ready for. A lot of when you go to Starbucks and you get like the chai tea latte or masala chai latte at most places, it's a pretty tame interpretation of the masala chai in India from my experience. Ziaxio drinks a glass of milk with it. That's awesome. How about Tanuki himself? What's going on? How about high chai? Maybe you're assuming you're talking about high tea in British or something like that. I'm not a really big fan of like the high tea thing. You know, it's definitely a very unique event that is particularly British. There's some handful of places that do a pretty decent high tea in Seattle and in the Pacific Northwest, up in Vancouver, Canada, and stuff. But it's not really my thing. But yep. Tea Wizard, whenever you make chai at home, it's always unsatisfying. Why is that? What's the unsatisfying characteristic about it? What can you do?
Some spicy missing.
Tanuki himself, high chai, is that what it is? Cannabis infused tea? Yeah, I know some people that make it. You know, being here in the Pacific Northwest, it's certainly a thing. I've not actually tried it myself. I actually have some like a non-hallucinogenic CBD tea thing that a friend who packages it gave me. I've not actually I haven't actually tried it. It's not really in my wheelhouse. I get it. I get why people like it and are excited about it, but I'm pretty passionate about just straight cha. Chris, what is going on? Chris is working. sneaking in a little live stream while you're working.
Thank you.
Thanks. It tastes muted or unfinished or too watery. That's interesting. I'd probably use like more leaf and just more leaf, less water. Like get it like really strong, and then start off with like get it spiced the way you want it spiced, and then add milk until it's like comfortable, because it'll be like super strong and super powerful. You get that concentrate going. Whew, all right. Any downvotes? Any downvotes on Reddit yet? Any downvotes on RT? Oh, I got an upvote. All right, somebody upvoted me.
Thank you.
I always get stressed about downvotes on Reddit. I don't know why. I don't know why people downvote things. I always upvote. That's what you got to do. Silas Cousteau says always more leaf, no matter what. Yeah, that's the answer. It's like why does my tea good? Why doesn't my tea taste good? Not enough leaf. You just need more leaf. More leaf. Torn Ham, do you recommend having a dedicated clay teapot for just young pu-erh and one for aged? Yes, I recommend having as many teapots as you can possibly purchase from the people who are selling them. that's my little my little tea vendor pitch. I'll just toss it in there.
We know some people like even Hailan Hao, he has a teapot just for one certain mountain or some aged.
So it really depends on what you want to get from it. If you notice teas that have a very particularly unique and different profile, should probably have different teapots. Young Sheng pu'er tastes and smells and feels and acts wildly different than aged Sheng pu'er, and it probably wouldn't work to like have just one pot for Sheng pu'er. In fact, like there's some old Shou pu'er that tastes like some old Sheng pu'er, and so you could probably actually even get away with some like really aged Shou pu'er in an aged Sheng pu'er pot because like the flavors and aromas are really similar. It really depends on what you're going for and what your budget is. I have this is a teapot that we use for aged teas. I've got another teapot that I use for young Sheng. I got a teapot that I use for Shou pu'er. But I think some people are more than happy with just like having one or two pots and just kind of making a go with it.
Yeah, the longer, the more often you use the teapot will make tea taste better. So
Cody says, since you like Hong Kong milk tea, I'd recommend mixing some Chimen Red, Dian Hong, and Shu for a homemade version. What I do for my homemade version is I'll take like some of the soyuz chai stuff. I'll snap off like 1 or 2 bricks of it. I will just boil the crap out of it. Just like put like half a liter of water on the stove, and I'll just like boil it for like 10 or 15 minutes until it just like boils down into this thick, heavy concentrate, and then I'll just go ahead and add milk right into that, and I'll get that boiling as well, and I'll take that and pour it in. Put a little honey on the top. So good. But I've not actually tried tossing a little Shou pu'er into it. I could do that. My glasses, I just realized, are horrible, guys. I've been working in dust all day. There we go. Now I can see. Silas, Gage Allen photo. Any luck finding Dragon's Egg pot in your Seattle inventory? No. Send me a PM again. I get distracted with individual requests like that. I may have 1 or 2. I just haven't had a chance to take a picture of them and find them and put them all in one place. I'm usually like pretty good about going through and getting all of the actual like orders and stuff like packaged and put out, but then like custom requests and things I sometimes
yeah, it's very easy to get distracted,
especially with
so many stuff
with kids and emails and following up with USPS and things like that. So send me a message again and keep bugging me until I actually find the teapots that we have and take a picture of them. I apologize that I haven't gotten back yet. Silas says, you find even after 2 seasonings, multiple sessions, my Yixing pot is thieving your taste buds. What do you mean by thieving your taste buds? Amos Green says, learned so much. Thanks so much. I'm glad you keep popping onto the chats and checking it out and asking good questions. Appreciate it. Roxanne, always forget to ask you about Lubao. Have you ever considered offering some? I'm asking because it's a tea I enjoy a lot, and I find it's getting harder to find my hands on good ones. If it's harder to find your hands on good ones here, it's harder to find your hands on good ones there as well. And for us to really get to the point where we would be able to offer high quality Lubao at affordable prices would take a lot of work for us, and it would take a lot of our focus away from working on pu'er tea. So I like Lubao. I've had a bunch of really good stuff. It's also not like a Yunnan specialty. So if we were really passionate about it, we'd actually need to go and spend more time and like Sichuan and some other places, and I wouldn't be able to. We'd be spending less time in Yunnan, and so I am more than happy continuing to make our business exclusively focused on pu'er tea, so that can be our wheelhouse, that can be our specialty, and then leaving the lube out to people that might that probably know more about it and have better access to stuff. So we have considered it, but we have chosen not to for those reasons. Thank you, Lemon. Okay, so it's stealing your flavor. Well, if it's stealing your flavor, then it may not be, it may not be a good match. It may not be a good match for that tea, or it may not be, like seasoned enough. I mean, it shouldn't be really stealing flavors. Although, I mean, the clay will, to a certain extent, change and modify the flavors. But if you're finding that pot is not working good for that tea, I'd try experimenting with other teas, or maybe not using that pot. I guess would be other. I mean, anybody else here in chat that has experiences with like Yixing, robbing, thieving, or stealing flavors, feel free to chime in with suggestions that you've got for what you did to solve that, because that's kind of what I would do, I guess. But there may be some other options. Umbididid45, thank you for joining us. Have a good one. Tea Wizard, been using your pu-erh pot for Lubao and Luan, but that's because they taste like super shoe. Don't tell the gongfu masters. No, that's totally fine. As long as if you have teas that have a very specific profile, and you have a pot dedicated to that specific profile, you could totally use Lubao or Luan in a pot that you also used your pu-erh, because there's this sphere of flavors and aromas that are really, really similar. In the same way, like if you if you found an oolong that tasted like a young sheng pu'er and you had a young sheng pu'er pot, that oolong would probably be totally fine brewed in a young sheng pot. I think it really depends on just expectations and just kind of having something that's similar in taste and profile in my experience. There we go. So is it Saturday? Is that today? I lose track of the days. So it's Saturday, halfway through the weekend. Anybody do anything fun today? Coffee could absolutely work in a clay pot as long as you never wanted to use it for tea again. There are, I think one of Lamu's relatives on the east coast of the U.S. ran a little coffee shop thing that was focused on brewing in clay. I have messed around with brewing coffee in Jianshui, and it's nice. It's really, really nice. It makes the coffee thicker and smoother. It feels richer. I very much like it. Actually, I really enjoy drinking coffee in Jianshui. And you'll find like the tea potters and stuff like that, especially like the who is it? Some of the guys that sorry, spacing, little tea drunk. Some of the potters and stuff that work with like the natural clays and have access to like really high like quality like iron clay sources and some fancier glazes and stuff. They'll drink anything. Like they'll have pottery dedicated to wine. They'll have pottery dedicated to whiskeys. They'll have pottery dedicated to whatever it is that they want to drink. So yeah, it can totally work. Joseph Burton, it's already Sunday here. That's right. It's already Sunday in half of America, I guess. Whew, that's right. Okay, good. So we're the last. Well, I guess Alaska and Hawaii. I guess Hawaii runs at the tail end of it.
Oh, yeah,
they still. It's only like 6 o'clock in there, or 7 o'clock. Silas says your sheng pu'er is more dynamic in a gaiwan pot, so it seems not to give you the high bright flavors like floral and sweetness. That's possible, and it's also possible that it might not be the right tea for the pot. That's certainly possible. I know there's some people that just absolutely swear that like tea has to be in a clay pot, and other people that swear that they want it in porcelain so they can get different flavors.
And maybe you like a more dynamic tea.
Yeah.
That's what you like.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see you may brewing in silver or using a silver cup might be something should be interested in. Something you might be interested in trying. I
Yeah,
think silver generally does like a little bit more about like kind of like
sharp.
sharpening up the peaks, and clay can definitely mute things out. And it may depend a lot on the water that you have as well. Salutations, Orlando Ramirez. What is going on? Thank you for joining in all the way from the Bay Area in California. Orlando is here. Have a little tea with us. Are you drinking any tea tonight, Orlando? Or you just watching, or you got any? You gonna put the kettle on? You gonna get your late night tea drunk on? You gonna join us and make this official? Ziaxio says tea infused spirits would be interesting. There's quite a number of people that do some really interesting tea and alcohol stuff. So it is definitely possible. Have the tea leaf with the mash and then distill it. Okay, so you're talking like pre fermentation. That could be really interesting. That could be interesting. Why don't you give that a try? Why don't you set up a little still and in your bathtub, make us some bathtub tea gin, and then report back if the ATF doesn't find you. I won't tell if you don't tell.
It's nice to just have a little break because this tea have so much sweet aftertaste.
Yeah.
While I was trying to get water, it's really enjoyable,
Yeah.
the flavor.
Yep. No, this tea is got a lot of really nice stuff going on with this tea. Rice flavored pu'er. This is Tornham. Rice flavored pu'er was your introduction to pu'er tea that got me hooked. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people.
Like a
like the sticky rice pu'er flavor and stuff.
Show pu'er.
What is it? There's a specific mineral there's a specific herb that they add that makes it taste like that. I can't remember what it is. There's something that they use in the process to get that. I myself I get the appeal and I understand it. It just doesn't really do it for me. But I know a lot of people are always asking us just like, when are you going to start doing sticky rice pu'er? And I'm like,
soup flavor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's I never really cared for it very much, but I know a lot of people really like it. I've had some decent ones, but I don't know. Everybody's tastes are a little bit different, but that's nice if it got you into the pu'er tea world, whatever it takes. You're here with us. Drew, hello. Hope all are well. I'm currently drinking a Moonlight White Cake that I bought in Seattle's Chinatown on vacation 2 years ago. Was it? Let's see. Did you buy it from
Daniel?
No, Daniel's up in Vancouver. Did you buy it from New Century? New Century is one of the bigger shops down there. What else is There's also a handful of just
Experience?
No, I don't think so. There's a handful of just like Chinese herb shops that also just have like stacks of like tea on their shelves and stuff like that. Ziaxio says never liked Genmaicha though. Genmaicha. I think you're talking about Genmaicha. Yeah, it's an interesting tea. I've never really been super fond of it as well. Japanese have roasted rice green tea. Yeah, you're right. The idea would also work with pu'er. It's possible. I mean, you can mix all sorts of stuff. Pu'er tea works really good with some citrus things, kind of like stuffed into mandarin oranges. That's never been one that I really liked either, but I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, like a jasmine tea, they put a
jasmine as well.
Green tea to absorb the aroma.
Orlando is drinking a Kunlu mix with some exquisite poetry from Liquid Proust. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Liquid Proust is actually going to be on a Between Two Teapots interview tea tasting session with us in 2 weeks. Next Friday is Oolong Owl. She's going to be having tea with us. We're drinking TKG. That's this Friday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. And then the next week is Liquid Proust. And Liquid Proust and I have not decided what we're going to be drinking yet. I don't think so. I need to.
Yeah, you gotta have some.
I need to message him about what we're going to drink together. And figure that out. It's kind of cool when you can have two teas being drank at the same time. And first week in February, we've got Mark Moeller, the tea potter who lives in the east coast of the U.S. now, but practiced in Taiwan. He and I are going to be doing a session with the same tea, using teaware that he made, that was fired on the same day in the same kiln from the same clay. So
everything identical. I like it.
Synergy. So that one's gonna be a lot of fun. And I've got a very special guest at the end of January that I've not announced yet, but it's going to be pretty awesome, and I'm very, very excited about it. So I'm still kind of hoping that all works out. So I'm not gonna announce it. I'm not gonna jinx it. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
Give
Very
some
excited.
hint
Very excited.
every single time.
I'm gonna keep dropping little tea hints.
It's a human being.
It is a human being. It's not a robot. It's not an AI. Drew, forgot the name of the shop. The woman working gave me my family a really enjoyable tea tasting session with a bunch of different teas. So I bought the cake for a memory. Yeah, there's a couple. If it was actually like in Chinatown proper, it was probably New Century. That's there's New Century has two identical shops, which is hilarious. Two identical shops that are exactly one block apart, literally on the exact same position in the block, but just like a carbon copy of each other, just shifted over one block. It's really funny. If you're like walking through Chinatown, you don't know that, you'd like triple take. You're like, it's like deja vu. Like, did I just walk past that shop? And the wife runs the one shop and the husband runs the other one.
Make
but it's
sure
like,
you won't miss it.
like, it's like, yeah, you're not gonna miss it. You're not
strategy.
gonna miss it. It's really good strategy. Let's see. Silas really likes smoky teas from time to time. Any suggestions Crimson Lotus offering? Have you heard of this tea called Troublemaker? Bam!
If you like smoking,
if you like smoky teas, this has
will
such
like
a nice smokiness. Stone Lion's got a little bit of smokiness. If you want just like a big, huge, fatty smoke bomb, any of the Holy Flames have a nice big, thick smokiness to it. But yeah, Troublemaker. Grab Troublemaker. We've got it in our Seattle inventory. It can ship relatively quickly. This is very nice.
I'm usually not a big fan of the smoking tea, but this tea, the smokiness is growing on me.
I was talking to Roxanne this afternoon about this tea and the smokiness in this tea. Roxanne, do you want to share your thoughts on smokiness in tea and why you actually enjoy this? Get some external opinion.
Yeah, I remember the first time I tasted this tea, I feel like, wow, it's so smoky. But you think, wow, this.
It's like a rich scotch.
A scotch,
really nice. Really nice.
I think that's why in the tea festival people ask if they like scotch, what tea we would recommend.
Yeah, anytime somebody says they like scotch or cigars, I'm like, give this a try. It's just works so well. Ziaxio, oh that's right. Ziaxio said he was going to drink on his road trip up into the rock hunting country. Road trip worked great last weekend when you were out in the snow. That's awesome. I'm glad. Kind of kept you warm. Did you bring a portable boiler with you, or did you have? I think you brought a kettle with, and you were brewing up in the mountains, right? And then instead of packing in a thermos, I think that works pretty good. Heat up a little bit.
Maybe last dip for this one.
Shoot, yeah, we'll do last deep for this one. Nice long last deep, and then we'll switch over to show pour. The first hour is in the bucket. Is that how they say it? Is that industry term? Is that a video term? It's in the bucket.
Yeah, it can work.
I don't know. I gotta be careful. Speaking of buckets, my waste bucket's getting a little full. Drew, just look at Google Maps, and it was indeed New Century. It must have been the one run by the wife. The cake itself was definitely overpriced, but the association made it worthwhile. See, that's one of the nice things about having a retail space is that, like having that connection, and now every time you have that tea, you're gonna remember it. And even in China, like retail shop teas are always overpriced, and retail itself is hard. It's hard to run a retail business. You have to be there
all the time. You have to rent the place.
Yeah,
you actually limit. You cannot really travel.
And it absolutely has to be reflected in the cost of the products in there. So.
And they provide you just the in-person experience, which is awesome. They teach you about this tea and they teach you how to brew it. You can ask lots of questions. I think definitely, and build a community. It's like a Shuwen
in her tea classes,
Yeah, it's kind of nice. And people in that area all know each other. I remember the first year you were really into pu'er. We went there to have tea with him. He's super nice. Daniel was super nice.
The first teapot. It's not Daniel. It's not his Daniel. What is his name? I can't remember. I'm spacing on his name. But the guy that runs New Century. Really nice guy. The first teapot I ever bought was actually from Daniel. It's actually not Daniel. It's New Century guy. He's it's downstairs. There's a dedicated pu-erh pot. I Ching. I should go grab it.
And we tried it. It's the tea is so good, but it's so expensive. So we said, "Is that okay? We just buy half cake."
Yeah,
he
was totally fine with it. He's like, sure. He just like took a cake and just snapped it in half, and I bought my first. That was the first pu-erh I ever bought. Was actually from New Century.
And then like during the honeymoon, when you brew it, then you forgot about it.
I forgot it. I left the cake like at this place during our honeymoon, and I was just like I was so stressed and like
you were thinking about this tea all the time, so we have to call them back.
I called them and asked them to like find the tea that I left in the room, and they found it, and then like mailed it back to us. But I was actually pretty stressed about that. It was my first cake of tea. My first pu-erh I purchased was from him. James Norwood Pratt. You know, I was thinking today I need to send an email to Mr. Pratt. I need to get Mr. Pratt on a Between Two Teapots.
Oh, that'd be so
I think
cool.
he would have a lot of fun, and I would have a lot of fun. And if you guys don't know who James Norwood Pratt is, he's one of the original tea authorities in the U.S. and has been for a long time, like 40 years or something like that. So he and I chat at the different festivals. I will send him an email. I'm going to see if James Norwood Pratt wants to come on. So the special guest at the end of the month is actually not James Norwood Pratt, but it is good. It is a good guess. It is a good guess. All right, let's see where we at in chat. Drew says she really invested her time and energy into us before you even made a purchase. So I definitely agree. Yes, the old tea retail guilt approach. I'm just kind of teasing. No, well, it's definitely, if you run a retail tea shop, you've got to love tea, and you've got to love making tea for people. And this is one of the reasons why we keep doing these like midnight tea clubs and other like tea streaming events, is because I miss sitting down and making tea with people. So I'm sure that they do as well. Like, it's kind of hard to do COVID tea. It just doesn't seem to work so well. Roxanne says smoke really works in Boulong. Not always a fan of smoke, but it's not harsh in there and has a smoothness that balances everything well. It's all about balance. Mm-hmm. Such great body. That's it. That's a really good job. Thank you. Thanks for the description.
Just went so well.
All right. Any favorite ceramic artists in Seattle making teaware? Well, I would have said Mark Moeller, but then he moved from Seattle, so he's no longer in Seattle. There's still not a lot of people that are making like. Well, there's people that make like mugs and things, but there's not a lot of people that are really making the gongfu style. And if somebody else knows of somebody in the Seattle area that is, you're welcome to put their name in the chat. But yeah, to do like like teapots and like gongfu teaware and stuff, it takes a very specialized skill that has a limited audience or a little limited customer base. Or if somebody's like making mugs or something, like anybody can using the mugs.
The skills in the teapots.
Skill to make teapots is quite high. It takes a long, steep learning curve. Gage Allen photo. Oh, that's right. You actually mentioned that. Lucy, what is going on? She made it. You made it. You're in. Working on some Lucky Cloud tonight.
Oh!
What a coincidence! Because that's what we're brewing next. We got a connection.
Oh my gosh! You just know, because we are literally gonna move to Lucky Cloud. Do you want me to grab a cake for display?
Go ahead, please do.
Set that one back over there. The cake I already.
Awesome. There you go. Be careful. Sorry. Good job. Thank you. What's going on, Lucy? How's your weekend? Were you working? Did you go hiking? Did you get out into the? It was relatively dry today. Didn't rain too much. We've been having these like 50-50 days lately. It's like one day it's just dumping, the next day it's sunny, and it's dumping, then it's sunny. So it's been super fickle weather. But that's the Northwest. Orlando says, your friend Tombala does it, but he's in Santa Cruz. There you go. Well, look up at Tombala. Is that how you pronounce it? Tombala? Tombala? Tombala. Tom B. Hala? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Lucy's birthday was Thursday, and then you got vaccinated for the COVID yesterday. Oh, okay, good. I I jumped ahead and my dyslexia made it think that you got COVID on your birthday, and I had a small panic. You got the vaccine. Okay, cool. Is it you got to do the second shot? Is it just the first shot? What's the path? What's the process?
There's 2 types of vaccine out there.
Oh, Llama wants to know all the details. She wants to know. Oh, there we go. Nice. All right, Lucky Cloud with the super shiny wrapper. This is the first time we actually did foil print on a wrapper, which I think turned out pretty nice.
Pretty shiny.
Super shiny. It actually comes across there quite nice.
Wear some sunglasses.
There we go.
Like
there we go. Almost. So yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with like this cloud pattern, cloud design, this is a very specific, specialized to Yunnan cloud pattern. Yunnan itself means southern cloud. So Yunnan is the land of the southern clouds in Chinese, and so it's in the south. Most of Yunnan is above 6,000 feet in altitude, so it's high altitude, and the clouds just feel lower. You feel closer. There's just big, gorgeous, billowy clouds all over Yunnan, and so Yunnan is called the land of the southern clouds. And so this specific like cloud pattern and shape design, you just see it on iconography and buildings and minority paintings and stuff all over Yunnan. So we wanted to kind of pay a little homage to that. So we made this blend. This is a Jingmai based, Jingmai based Shopur blend.
I think the second we decided to call this name is we were in the Jingmai. We woke up that morning and the whole town was covered by the clouds.
This is the photograph that I took from Yunnan on the morning that she's talking about in Jingmai. Jingmai is pretty cool because the Jingmai mountain is pretty high altitude. And it does this, it's got, and it's really steep. So there's these deep valleys, and it's all like really thickly vegetated and jungly. And the clouds in the morning like kind of come up. It's almost like a mist, but it's definitely clouds. And the clouds sit really underneath the towns that are actually like up on the top of the hills. And so you just look out, and they call it like the cloud ocean. It just kind of looks like similar to the Cloud Islands in southeastern Arizona, and it's just gorgeous. And then the cloud like comes up and it like moves up over the town, and then it like rises up into the sky. And so this photograph was actually taken from there right as like the clouds were just kind of passing up, and then you can see the morning sun kind of shining through it and stuff. So a lot of synergy.
It's a beautiful place,
Chris, who stole your cake? Somebody stole a cake of your tea? What is going on? Who stole your tea?
I had my love cake stolen.
Must have been you had your Jingmai love cake stolen? Must have been a pu'er tea fan.
That'd be a good clue. Think about it. Who's your friend? Love tea.
Oh, that's horrible. What are the details? What happened? Tell us about the theft of your tea.
I think we have a customer said sometimes they put tea somewhere, they don't remember where they put it. They can't find the tea. And you said it's perfect. Once find out it's
if there's a product to actually like lose in your home somewhere and then find 20 years later, Shopur or pu'er tea is probably the one for that. Xiaxia, you like Lucky Cloud? Yeah, Lucky Cloud's nice, and we don't have any more. We need to find some way to redo the Lucky Cloud blend.
Yep.
Lamo.
Yep.
Get Lucky Cloud 2, Luckier Cloud, the reluckening.
Also, buds have a Shopur.
Yeah, very bud heavy. Excuse me. I don't think we've had this one in a couple of years, honestly. I can't remember the last time I drank Lucky Cloud.
Yeah, I think I would try lots of new stuff every year.
No, I'm going to use it again. Hold on. There we go. Anybody have any plans for the rest of the weekend? Anything fun, exciting to look forward to on your Sunday? There you go. Just add a little bit so I can get it steeped up. Lucky Cloud 2, the reluckening. you want me to call that? Luckier Cloud. luckier cloud 2, lucky cloud 2, the relucking of lucky the lucky cloud.
Luckiest cloud ever.
Lucy got the Pfizer vaccine, just some arm soreness. Also worked out on Friday, so it helped move the vaccine around. Did you literally got it like punched around? Are you back into the MMA training? Did you get the vaccine punched around? Is that what you're saying?
I think lots of people recommend to get a vaccine on Friday, so you got weekend. You can just have later.
When's the last time we've had rest on a weekend?
I know, but that's I think.
Oh, it's so smooth, creamy. Ty's going out tomorrow to get some spring water. Nice. All the iron in our tap water just masks the delicate teas too much to enjoy. Yeah, tap water is very hit or miss. Somebody on the Discord was asking me about if I knew the specific mineral content of the waters in Yunnan, and I'm like, nobody actually drinks the water in Yunnan. There's not a lot of good actual like water sources unless you're lucky enough to have like your own well, like some of the pu-erh places and stuff like that. But nearly every single tea shop we've ever gone to, nobody uses tap water. They all have water like custom delivered to them, right?
We have custom
and actually,
water.
what was the brand that we went with? I know it's got like it's got a green bottle. It's kind of got like a dragon on it. I was trying to remember them.
Oh, I can't remember.
Because there's another one like one of the popular ones is Nongfu Spring, right?
Yeah, it's not Nongfu.
No, I know we don't do Nongfu, but I know I just remember like the color of our
green,
bottle.
Yeah. I can't remember.
And I thought it had like a dragon on it. I thought it was like Yunling or something like that, but maybe I can't remember.
But I think in the tea mountain, people use the local water.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just the vendors in the city, they use delivered water.
Lucy's just doing a little shadow boxing, heavy bag work, still doing remote workouts. Good. That's good. It's probably not good to do public workouts. Thank you for being conscientious workouter. There we go. This was the first Genshui pot that I ever bought because it was a discount pot on a table because it came out of the kiln broken. If you're actually in Genshui, almost every single shop has like a little table that sits outside where teapots are only like 10 or 15 bucks, but they're all like broken or something like that. So you can usually find some fun deals that way. This pot also leaks horribly, but I don't care. This is my pu-erh pot. It's my first Genshui. I'm just gonna keep brewing it. And even let's see, this one has some nice Genshui clay inlay. Lucky Cloud is in such a good place. You're absolutely right. This is a really, really creamy tea. Although I do need to swap to a different cup. And I think I'm going to use a nice glazed one. Oh, maybe I should use silver. I'm gonna use silver. I haven't used this silver cup in a little while. Guys, we're gonna brew in silver. You're gonna be able to see how super shiny this cup is. How much pu-erh in silver is just awesome. It just glows.
I was trying to find the brand for that water.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I couldn't find it either.
Is that Yunshui?
No. There we go. Oh, can we see that? There we go. Look at that. That's some really nice color there. Look at that. Now, do you do the same thing with dark depths? Like using silver is a great way to show how thick and dark depths actually is. Like first 6 steepings of dark depths, you still can't even see through silver. So that's actually super, super, super dark tea. Get you a little bit here too.
Thank you.
Don't burn yourself on the silver. Thank you, Ziaxio. I will not. I'm what you call a professional. I still burn myself. I still burn my silver. I still burn myself on silver a lot. Yeah, these ones actually get pretty hot. Silver translates the heat like straight through it.
Should the buyer gloves with the silverware wherever he is?
Yeah, that should. It's actually it actually is a little bit hot, but I don't mind it. Chris says, I'm pretty sure it was a banquet setup person. It was a banquet setup person I was in Colorado, and I'm pretty sure it was mistaken for marijuana. Somebody's like, "Sweet dude, check out that brick of bud." That's pretty funny. Somebody's gonna be really disappointed when they try to smoke that, or maybe not. Maybe they won't even know. That's pretty funny. You left the cake at your tech table overnight in the meeting room. Big mistake. Well, let's hope it went to a good home. That's what we can hope for.
Probably is.
Oh, Joshua has got the whey going into a pot. Awesome, that's great. I'm excited to see more people getting our 2020 teas into their pots. It's a bud heavy cha.
The cloudy day, very, very famous. No bitter, no astringency.
Yeah.
It just melt in your mouth for me.
Yeah, let me try it from your cup, because the silver is certainly making it a little bit crispier. Oh yeah, so much thicker in your cup, actually. That silver's making it quite pronounced. It's a crisper and clearer.
Yeah, mine is
but
more
your cup
creamy.
is very, very creamy. It's not as creamy in the silver. That's why it's fun to have multiple cups you can taste with.
But the body is pretty thick. It's so creamy.
Oh, there we go. Yep. This is a leaky pot, but I don't care.
Get work done.
Gets work done. That's Gemma's favorite saying. You know, she talks about, she's got this little tiny like an old
Calculator.
English language translator, Japanese English mini computer thing that I had when I was studying Japanese, and she carries it all around with her. She's got like this old like Nokia phone, so she'll sit down in like the corner and like open it up and be like, she'll be making little like fake calls. Like, Gemma, what are you doing? She looks over, she's like, getting work done. I'm like, that's my girl. That's my girl. You make some deals for us. She certainly takes after us, because that's generally how we sit around the house.
With the computer.
Laptop and phone, working tea deals, building the empire. Roxanne, still loving your fisheye cam? I'm absolutely loving my fisheye cam. Are you guys not? I mean, like, bam! Look at that. I love it.
Oh, wow.
Actually, it's nice and dark. Look at that. No, I am absolutely loving the fisheye cam, and I think it just works. It works so good to be able to actually like see the teaware, see us, as opposed to, you know, like kind of like being chopped off and things.
And I think it shows more things behind us.
Yeah, it shows a little bit more behind us. I do have to be a little bit careful about keeping this area a little bit clean. This is usually my like tea stuff shelf, right? So I have like bags of matcha and like projects and things I just kind of stuff up there. But I'm loving the fisheye cam. I'm absolutely loving it. I am digging it. I'm very, very happy. It's one of the best $15 purchases I ever made. It's quite nice. Joshua says, speaking of water quality, had to use a better filtered water. It was the issue masking the tea flavor. Yeah, was it Silas? Silas was asking about, thought his Yixing teapot was stealing the flavor. It might actually be tied to the water. Mix it up a little bit. Try out some different bottled water and see if different bottled water works. Because certain waters with certain teas can entirely change it.
Did he rinse? I mean, before you use teapot, people like to boil in teapot with tea. Just get it good start.
I'm not sure. Lucy says, getting work done, hosting tea tastings at her table. Baby boss means business. Baby boss means business, literally. Yeah, no, she's we need to have like a baby boss tea stream.
That'd be so much fun.
Gary gets a kick out of it anytime I like start up like a little tea stream or something. If he's in the background, I'm like, hey, this is Glenn, welcome to Crimson Lotus Tea, and you can just Gary in the background, like, ha 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 ha.
He's giggling
he just thinks
in
that's
that corner.
He thinks that's the funniest thing ever. He sits across the room just like giggling every single time I start up like a tea stream or something. So that's my joke with him. If I want to make him laugh, I look at him. It's like, hi, welcome to YouTube. This is Glenn with Crimson Lotus Tea, and then he's he just thinks that's so funny. He gets the biggest kick out of that. It's so funny. Mr. Remix, that's pretty cute. Kids are an unending source of amazement and amusement. They actually are. After they get old enough, I don't know. I found them particularly frustrating under year 1.5. But after that, they get pretty awesome. Once you see like them like starting to like learn things and like working on like pronouncing words and things like that. And yeah, it's awesome to see. See like when their mental dexterity starts, they can start actually picking things up and just kind of seeing like the human brain is so just incredible to see how it teaches itself just from like what it can see, and seeing like, you know, like Gary, the younger one, learning things faster because he can watch Gemma, and then Gemma sits down and she teaches him, you know, like how to put on a jacket. And Gemma today was so excited because she learned how to put on socks for herself. She's like, guys, check this out. Like, look what I figured out how to do. I can put on my own socks now. Like, she was like so proud of like this accomplishment that she'd been working on for so long. It was just
yeah, it's actually nice to have two during the pandemic. They can play together.
They can play with each other.
Yeah, I'm just one child, so I always wanted siblings. It's so nice to have siblings. It's like you have friends play forever.
Yeah, built-in little babysitters, something like that. Built-in playthings. You know, she's going to have a different kind of tea parties than most kids. Yes, she is going to have different kinds of tea parties than most kids. When kids come over for tea parties, she's going to be doing it. She's going to be running the show, little gongfu tea parties. It is precious, Orlando. It's super cute. She's a lot of fun. Tonight when she was getting ready for bed, I mean, like, it's like I've got like 10 minutes to get this stream started, and she's in there like crying because something frustrated her. And, you know, she's got like this button-down shirt on, and she needed to get the button-down shirt off so that she could get her pajamas on.
Yep.
But she didn't want to take the buttons off because she wanted it to look nice when she put it in her closet, but then she couldn't get it off because it was buttoned up, and she had this like it was the end of her life, and she's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so she sat there crying because she didn't want to undo the buttons. And I'm like, you know, if you undo the buttons, you could take it off, and then you can do the buttons again and put it on the shelf. But like that extra level of step, like she didn't want to do it. She just wanted to take it off and leave it that way. And I just thought that was yeah, she was very stressed about that. But I thought that was pretty funny. Kids, little things. It's very stressful. All right. Oh, this tea's perfect right now. Very nice. I like how the balance of doing a shung first and then a show, because the show just the shung just kind of like wakes me up, and then the show's just.
And I like the sheng aftertaste still in my mouth.
Yeah.
So the show part just extra sweet.
Lucy says, this is a fun age. Their personalities are coming through, but they have more feelings in the vocabulary. Yeah, you're right. And a lot of it's just about letting them know that the feelings that they're feeling is okay. You know, it's okay to feel those things. You know, like as adults, I feel those things as well, but then trying to also give them the tools to be able to handle their emotions and things like that can be a really interesting challenge. But no, kids are fun. Gemma's a lot of fun at this age. She's a pretty good kid. There we go. I see Zioxio made a comment 41 minutes ago on our Reddit thing. Thanks for jumping on Reddit and making a little comment. Appreciate that.
This does taste like sticky rice.
You think this one's got a little bit of a sticky rice taste to it?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Is Lucky Cloud for you guys have any sticky rice notes?
The texture does reminds me a lot of rice soup. I don't know whether you had rice soup before. After you boiling the rice leftover or drink it.
You gonna make us some rice? I mean, I've had it at your place.
It's all about texture
and the feeling. All about the texture. Is it basically just like the rice water from when it's made, or
the rice
basically
water.
that? Interesting.
because some restaurant in China, they actually steam the rice. Steam the rice actually texture super good, but the leftover soup you can drink it.
It's really thick.
Yeah. If you had a very salty, spicy meal, then after that you drink a rice soup.
You drink that, feels pretty good.
Yeah. Wash off your mouth and it's clean the stomach.
Nice. Look at us. We're just plowing through these steeps. Lucy says it does have a little glutinous rice flavors. Thank you so much, Lucy, for noting that as well. It's kind of nice.
Good energy.
Yeah, this one's definitely kind of centering me just a little bit more.
Yeah. No.
So, what do you guys do after midnight tea club? If you guys got a little bit of that tea energy, a little tea high, how are you guys spending your after club hours? You guys watching some TV, playing some games, trying to go right to bed? You reading books? What are you are you getting creative with your late night energy? I've been delving in, playing a little Cyberpunk 2077 after midnight tea club. Thankfully, I'm all caught up on the pu-erh tea orders from the Seattle inventory, which makes me feel great because it's really easy to get behind on that if I'm not packing every day.
Yep.
So I'll probably double check, see if there's any orders I need to pack up tonight. If there's anything, I'll run downstairs, go to the Crimson Lotus Tea Storage Center, and pull what I can out of the inventory, put it in some bags, get it set, ready to go, ship it out.
Yeah, hope USPS will be very reliable.
Josh plays with kids and Legos. Are your kids still up? Kids still up this night? Little man loves the nighttime. I love it. Our kids would absolutely love the nighttime, but we like 9's the limit. I'm like, it's 9 o'clock, you're going to bed. Mom and Dad got stuff to do.
Yeah, we stand them all day.
Well, I put up with them. I put up with them all day, and they actually pretty reliably go to bed right about 9, which is great. Back to games with the quarantine. What are you playing, T Wizard? Excuse me. Zaxio's only staying up this late to watch, or else you'd be in bed already. Don't you have some homework to do? Aren't you? You're back in school now, right? Is there some there's got to be some homework you're avoiding right now.
School starts up in 2 days.
2 days. All right, well, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it while you can. I know I'll be getting messages from you super late at night with all the work you got to do. You got a busy class load this quarter. What do you got? How many credits you pulling down? Tornham likes to read after midnight tea club. That's nice. That worked good. Ty, it's 4 by the time the streams are over, but any caffeine thankfully doesn't affect me. Go right to sleep.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can go if I go to sleep right after a heavy caffeine session, I'm good. But if I wait any length of time, then it's it gets harder to fall asleep. But if I'm super caffeinated and then I force myself to go right to sleep right then, I can. But then I wake up and just I'm still caffeinated when I wake up. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, same for me.
You just
wake
up
and
I
wake
whoop.
up, it just really clear my mind. It's
ready
to go.
It's like when you pass out drunk and you wake up and you're still drunk. It's like your body's metabolism overnight did not actually process all the alcohol, and you wake up and you're still tipsy.
Yeah.
Roxanne says it's 3 a.m. By then, so you do the reasonable thing, go to bed. There's as if there's anything reasonable after that. Nothing happens after 3 a.m. right? Yes, Roxanne sent a gorgeous picture where she was brewing tea outside this afternoon in the snow, and that just looked
beautiful.
Awesome. It looked so gorgeous. I didn't show them the picture. I'll show it to you. It looks just really pretty.
I don't think Seattle really snowed this year. Just tiny bit of snow.
Last winter we had a lot of snow. I mean, so you got to remember, we're only 500 feet in altitude. Seattle is 0, and so it's got to get pretty cold, and it takes a lot of weather to get the Seattle to actually snow. But last year we had quite a lot of snow, and this year we've not hardly had any. There's plenty up in the mountains. In fact, I'm hoping to go snowshoeing one of these days with my brother. Take him out and go do a little snowshoe hiking, exploring. but we've not. We had a scratch of snow. We had like an inch.
Yeah.
And the kids went outside, and like Gemma's like, I can play in the snow all day, all night. I'm like, you're welcome. You're welcome to do it if you'd like to. It's just it's a little might be a little cold after a while, but it's actually kind of fun when Seattle snows because it never really gets cold. So there will be snow out, but it'll still be like 40 plus, and so you don't even need to like super bundle up. Remember when I was a kid growing up in Michigan, anytime we wanted to play outside, I mean, it was just like we had like bread, like bread loaf plastic bags, like over our socks, and like big huge mega boots and big ski things.
Remind
and
me
like the kid in the Christmas story.
Oh yeah,
just like all puffed up. Anytime we went outside, because it was absolutely just freezing.
Yeah, Seattle is not that cold.
Orlando says he's listening to some Boris Begcha. I do not know who that is. You'll have to send me a link to something. T-Wizard's been playing For Honor, God of War on PS4. Okay, that sounds fun. Yep, for me it's just still on the Cyberpunk 2077 kick. I'm not going through the main storyline quests. I'm kind of having fun doing like the peripheral quests so I can make the game last a little bit longer. It's kind of fun.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it is. There's it's some fun stuff. The game's still got some kinks, but I'm still enjoying it. Yoxio, your semester... Dude, you say your semester is a nightmare every single time. But, so you're not quarters, or semesters, not quarters? Okay, gotcha. Whew. Engineering dynamics, fluid dynamics, underground mine design, calculus 4, and ore reserve estimation. Those are all very, very, very specific, specific class load that I don't think the rest of us have ever even had. Has anyone else taken a class in underground mine design? Are there any other types of mines? Are there above ground mines? Couldn't they have just called it mine design? Aren't they by nature underground by default? I don't know. Yeah, you can let us know. Anyone play For Honor on PC? T-Wizard wants to know. I do not. I do not play For Honor on PC. Are you looking for people to play with? If anyone's needs a is it an online game? I don't know. I haven't even played For Honor. I'm not sure about it. Xiaxio has been replaying all the Halo games on PC. Cool. Roxanne will post the pic tomorrow. Nice. So we kind of got like a pre-sneak peek for Roxy's Crimson Lotus stream. Can I call you Roxy? Is it just Roxy? Roxanne? I've got a friend of mine called Roxy, so that just kind of jumped in my head. So sorry if it's not. Xiaxio wants me to go snowshoeing in Montana. I'd love to. Actually, I'd love to. It's been a while since I've been in Montana. Someday, man, I'll get out there. Once the COVID's done and everything kind of like settles back to whatever normal is in America, then
need to do a long road trip.
Do a long road trip. Visit all my tea peeps. Spread the Crimson Lotus love. Although we won't be able to do that in the Juke. I don't know. I think the Juke could be kind of tough.
Yeah,
unless we need something a little bit bigger. I think the kids might by that time be a little bit too big for the Juke.
Yeah, our car is too small.
Think about it. Need a road trip vehicle. I'll tell you what I want, guys. I want the van from the A-Team. That's what I want. I keep trying to tell Lamu, you need to get an A-Team van. Big old van. Tons of room for the kids in there. You camp in there. You can turn it into a camping van. You can travel all around.
I can never find a parking place.
You can find parking places. Just gotta be a little bit more creative.
I barely can park in the
Lamu does not want anything bigger than the Juke because it's so easy to park. The Nissan Juke is what we've got right now.
Yeah, I'm just not really good at it. The parallel park. Even Nissan Juke took me a long time to parallel park. Yeah.
I know, but I don't know. I like bigger vehicles. Okay, that's a good point. Xiaxia says there's a lot of different mine types: open pit, soft rock, solution mining. There you go. Absolutely, we're learning a lot about mining. That is a very good point. Not all mines are underground. Thanks for that. Yes, T-Wizard says good luck to Xiaxio. Yeah, your course load sounds more than I would want to be doing, and it's one of the reasons I'm not in school anymore. I wish you well. We all wish you well then. Underground mine design class is actually another graduate level class. You're getting pretty close, right? You got another year left. You gotta be pretty close, man. T-Wizard says, For Honor is an online game of 4v4, 2v2, or 1v1. The more the merrier. So there you go, guys. Hit up T-Wizard if you play For Honor on PC, and maybe you guys can play together. Oh, Roxanne says that most people call you Roxy. Okay, all right. Nice. The T Team van, the T Team. There we go. That's it, Orlando.
I like the name.
I like it.
I know lots of people convert the van to tea tasting.
Yeah, there's a handful of people in the Pacific Northwest have mobile tea houses. They set up their little vehicles like a little tea house. They drive it around. And they do mobile tea sessions, which is
super cool.
Super cool thing. That would be the way to do it. Like, so if we had like a bigger van that we had set up that we could, like camp and live in as we traveled around the U.S., but it also had the ability to do kind of like a little portable gongfu thing. We could actually host tea tastings wherever we were. Get the word out on Instagram. Tell people where we're camping. They can come and join us and have tea. I think that would be super awesome.
Maybe we can do it.
That would be super fun.
In some summer.
Dude, that's the time to do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that in the wintertime. Yeah, summertime. Charlie. So what you do is you plan it for like a couple months, right? So start the upper states in like early summer when it's hot, and then as it starts to cool, kind of like bring it down through the hotter states. You can make like a little 3-month road trip around the U.S., spreading the tea love to everybody, all the corners of America. That'd be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Ziaxu has a big white box fan they use for camping and stuff. It's great. Yeah, it's amazing what people have done with like the whole like Mercedes like Sprinter van class of vehicle. Super cool. My uncle had like a fun big like van that they had set up like that, one of those 80s style like GMC mega van thing from like the 80s, and I remember he had like a VCR and like a 9-inch TV in there that was black and white. I was just like, man, that's like the coolest thing ever, Mom. We can watch TV like in the car, and so I remember being highly entertained by that as a kid and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. I mean, as long as you can work out like the whole like gas mileage like angle to it and stuff, get something that's a little bit more gas mileage friendly. I think you could make it work. If not, it ends up kind of costing a lot per mile. 3 semesters, graduating next spring. Dude, you're close. You are
almost
there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Last song reminded you of Samurai Champloo? Possible. I don't even know what it was. What was the last song? Yeah, we're just streaming chill hop music straight live. If you'd ran out of battery. Laptop's dead. As soon as I scrolled it up, the laptop was just like, you're not listening to any more music.
I'm done with it. I don't want you to know which song we played.
Like, you're done. Didn't even give me a warning. It's gone. It's all good. Yeah, I like Samurai Champloo. Does anybody else watch that? I was very entertained by that anime series. I thought it was really good. I kind of liked the it's kind of like their take or their remake on some of the samurai history and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. That's a fun idea. The T Caravan, the T Horse Road, except not on horses, but it's on horsepower. The T Horsepower Road. We're on 450 horsepower T Road. That's the modern way to do it. Yeah, we could pull a camper. We could pull a camper with the van. That would be the way to do it. And technically, we could actually do that with the Juke as well. I could pull like a little mini camper thing. You could make it handle with the Juke, but I think the Juke would be a little bit probably stretching what the Juke can do.
Yeah.
And the kids, I think, would get a little cramped in there. Although they'd have to still be in their car seats and stuff. So we could work it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll talk about it.
Actually, I had some fun plans. I thought, if you guys don't know what the Nissan Juke is, you can look it up and check out the visuals of it. I kind of like it. I know it's kind of like a love-hate thing. Some people absolutely hate the Nissan Juke, but I think it's kind of fun. It's pretty fun,
yeah,
decent vehicle for us.
We bought it before we just, even think about the kids. If I know that I wouldn't have kids, I would definitely want a bigger one.
You've gotten something a little bit bigger, probably.
For whoever sit on the back, it's just so
there's
never.
Just not much room in the back, but it has 4 doors, has a decent amount of room if you don't have car seats in it. But yeah, so one of my ideas is I don't know. I made the mistake one night of Googling like big tire kit for a Nissan Juke and found that there's some guys that are actually like doing some modifications to get like nice big 35-inch tires on their Nissan Juke. And I don't. You guys might not know this, but I love off-roading. I love big trucks. I like big trucks and big tires and stuff like that. If you ever want to see a picture of my my little mini monster truck, send me a PM and I'll send you some pictures of my little truck project that I like to drive around. So I look at the Nissan Juke and I'm like, I need bigger tires on that. I need bigger tires. And I thought, I was like, shoot, you know what? I could actually paint the Nissan Juke to look like the A-Team truck. And then I was just like, oh, that would be sweet.
So much potential.
There's like so much potential. I have a problem, guys. I can't leave anything stock, like at all. Like I have to change everything. Everything I touch has to be tweaked and customized and personalized. Like all of my motorcycles eventually just look like they're from some Mad Max movie. That's pretty much where it goes. Like I take something that looks totally nice and normal, and then I make it look like it's in the apocalypse. That's my shtick. Satin black, flat black, everything.
Yep.
Spikes, skulls.
All your clothes, socks are black.
Everything's black. It's just,
you can't go wrong with it.
Can't go wrong with black, in my opinion. I like it.
Maybe that's just a easy way. Won't make a mistake.
Maybe. T-Wizard also likes Samurai Champloo. I really enjoy that. I should actually watch through that series again. I should show it to Lama. I thought it was really nice. Juke can do like 2,500 pounds of towing. I've been relatively impressed with what the Juke can do, especially its like active like all-wheel drive like tire shifting thing. It's super handy in the ice and snow that we occasionally get around here and all the wet stuff. So I'm super confident when I let Lamu out to drive it because she doesn't have a lot of experience driving in snow and ice and conditions like that. I know the Juke will kind of always just do what needs to be done. It's pretty capable little vehicle. Mr. Remix, it might not be the last song anymore. Champloo was amazing. Lama, I need to watch that. Add that to the growing list of things to watch.
It's awesome.
So it's pretty nice. I like it.
Now we just need to find time.
Mm-hmm. Orlando, anime is the bee's knees. Samurai Champloo is good. I should watch it too. A friend of mine gave me the suggestion. Hey, maybe he's on here. Doug, if you're on, say hi. I sent him the link. Doug gave me the suggestion of watching Your Name, new-ish anime about a boy and a girl who. It's in the default description.
Yeah.
You know, boy and girl that kind of switch bodies when they dream at night because of some comet that's flying by or something like that. It was kind of humorous. I don't know if anybody else has seen it. I thought it was kind of funny. It had some fun. Had some funny situations in it. But
I enjoy it.
yeah, it was. I think I wanted something with a little bit more meat to it though.
I think it's I like it, romantic.
It's very. It was more on the more romantic side.
The giant attack team. Is that the name?
Oh, Attack on Titan. Did you guys watch Attack on Titan? Lama and I watched through like 1 or 2 seasons of that on anime. I think on the anime.
What a good
version.
Story! Those giant.
Yeah, I thought that was so creative.
Right there.
But after watching like 15 or 20 episodes or something, we realized that like this 20-minute episode, like the first 10 minutes or the first 8 minutes is like telling you everything that happened on the last one, and then there's like 2 minutes of new content, and then they kind of like rehash like the next half of the episode. And I realized that like the entire thing could be like a 2-hour anime if you just took out like all the stuff that actually like was different as opposed to all the extra rehashing.
Yeah, and then they have to talk about so much emotion.
Very emotional.
It's that for a long time.
Well, that's just anime. Anime is really passionate about interpersonal relationships and emotion.
Just so slow. It's just quicker.
Like even my absolute favorite anime is just Initial D. I just love it. I love cars.
Oh, yeah.
I love car racing and drifting.
Like
the whole scene. And like there's so many of those. Like it's really just a high school teen drama is all it is. There just happens to be cars and drifting, but it's all about like the relationships between each other and the friendships and like meeting girls and things like that. And the whole thing is like that.
Up.
But it's with cars. Love it. But it's just anime. Ty found Steins Gate was absolutely amazing anime, kept me hooked the entire show. All right, I'll have to check that out. Mr. Remix, there's a lot of recap. It has a little bit of a Dragon Ball Z syndrome. Yeah, I think it kind of I think they do that intentionally, kind of like stretch a season longer. You'll see a similar trope in like Western TV shows. Like once a season, there's always like the recap episode where nothing new is actually filmed, but they're like, "Hey, do you guys remember that time?" And then it just like shows like a bunch of scenes from another episode, and then it cuts back. It's like I always hated that episode. You know, every TV show in America has to do that. So maybe it's something similar. It's just a way to kind of like get a couple extra episodes out of the season. Saves on animation costs. There you go. That's what it is. Yeah, because Japanese animation, they produce so much. They've got to have some way to balance out the costs, because otherwise it'd be crazy expensive.
Sense.
Crazy expensive.
Very sweet.
Yeah, this tea's getting super sweet now.
Sorry.
It's all good. Anybody watch any good movies recently? Oh, there we go. We still want to watch. I still need to watch The Expanse, but haven't had a chance to jump into that yet. I know once I do, I'll get. Want to just like binge straight through it and only have. Oh, interesting new stuff. I bought a 3D printer. I'm super excited about that. Very excited to start making some stuff. Maybe I mentioned that last week. I can't remember, but
yeah.
Pretty excited about that. Been starting to get some stuff in the mail. Got some spools of plastic, of course. First two colors. One's black, one's crimson. Be able to make some black and red themed stuff, which I absolutely love. So.
Yeah, I think everything arrived but the 3D machine.
Yes, everything has arrived except for the actual 3D printer, which, by the way, I have to build it myself. You know that it just arrives in like a box of parts.
That's the kind of fun thing to put together, right?
Yeah, I figured I'll put it out here. Let the kids watch.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Teach Gemma how to build a 3D printer.
That'd be so cool because we saw it, but we never own anything.
Yeah,
it'd be fun to just touch it.
To show her how to maybe print some fun little toys and stuff for them to play with, would be kind of
that'd be so
fun.
Cool.
Little things, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Lucy's rewatching Schitt's Creek. I heard really good things about it, but we never jumped in, never watched any episodes of it. Mr. Remake watched Radio Days. I do not know what that is. Radio Days for New Year's. Woody Allen is a bit hit or miss, but that one's a work of art. Nice. Yeah, Woody Allen is kind of hit or miss. I've liked some of his stuff, and then just thought other stuff was horrible. But Radio Days pretty good. You think it's definitely a hit? Cool. Orlando Ty says, "Oh, I tried getting into that. It's an insane amount of episodes. Just made me feel hopeless. Oh, like Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, if you haven't already watched Dragon Ball Z, it's just too much. What is it like 500 episodes? It's just absurd.
Yeah,
There's no way.
I think it was so popular in
There's
China.
no way you could just be like, hey, I'm just going to decide to just get into Dragon Ball Z now, unless like you just had tons of free time and just wanted to just chunk straight through it.
Good night.
T Wizard, good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night and rest of your
Hope
weekend.
To see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. Lucy says all the seasons are available on Amazon Prime Video.
Awesome.
All the seasons
Amazon
of
Prime.
Wait, all the seasons of which? Which one are we talking about? The Expanse. Yeah, I think did season 5 finally finish? They got all the episodes of season 5 up there, so we're all caught up. We've watched up through season 4. So
yep.
Just been trying not to find out any of the spoilers about season 5.
Bobby.
I should check it out. It's kind of a fictionalized version of his childhood and the radio programs he listened to. Oh, that's kind of cool. I actually listened to a lot of radio dramas when I was a kid, which was I really like really like radio drama. There actually used to be a group in Seattle which every week would produce new old style radio dramas, and you could actually go and watch them being recorded, and you could be part of the live studio audience, while they were like doing it. And you could watch the kind of like the old style like Foley effect, like audio effect artists and things that were like doing all these things on stage to make the sounds and stuff while they're doing it live, and the people on the cast are sitting there reading their parts and stuff.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, old style. I really love old style radio drama. The Shadow, that was my thing. I loved the Shadow as a kid. That was when I learned about the ancient mysteries of Tibet, because that's where the Shadow learned his dark Asian secrets, the ability to blend into the shadows.
Wow. I'm glad you learned it.
So now that I'm married to somebody from Tibet, like she's like, yeah, there's nothing like that here. We have no secret skills to be able to make you blend into the shadows, or
You don't know,
do
yeah.
you? Or do you, Lamu? I don't know. You and I have traveled pretty far and wide in Tibet, and I've not seen any deep mysteries being
those
being
remote
taught.
mountain, we never been there.
We've been to some remote mountains. Never seen any of it. Never found it. But who knows? Maybe I just didn't learn. Look far enough. Maybe the journey never took me there. Or
Yeah.
Stars a young Seth Green. Schitt's Creek. Oh no, Mystery Remakes. Oh nice. Seth Green's fun. I like Seth Green. Orlando Ramirez. Yeah, it looks like it's a good show. Oh, you guys are talking to yourself. Sorry, I got it. Heard many positive reviews. It's been running for 28. Dragon Ball Z is still going. There's still new episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
That's so crazy. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
It's like my cousin's childhood.
Yeah. No, I remember like all my friends being in Dragon Ball Z like 20 years ago. That's crazy. That's crazy that it's still going on. I did not actually realize that they're still filming new content for it. Yeah, there's no way you'd get caught up now. even if you started over, that'd be a...
Yeah, one more kid, the Doraemon.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z is done. Okay, sorry. Maybe you guys are talking about something else. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Doraemon is very popular.
You like Doraemon?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
And the kids never grow older. They're always the same age.
That's kind of fun.
So many memories. Oh, maybe I should show kids.
You want to get the kids into a Doraemon? So what have I been getting the kids into? Rescue Rangers. So excited. Like they try and sing the song. They can't quite get the words right, but like what was it? Gary was the other night at dinner. We're all sitting around dinner, and like Gary looks and he's just like, "Dad, got idea." And I'm just like, "Oh, sure. What's your idea?" And he sat there and he's like, "Rescue Rangers." And I'm like,
Great.
"That's a great idea, Gary." And he was just like so proud. He's like, "Yeah, I got an idea. My idea is Rescue Rangers." It was like the funniest thing. I was like, Gary, that's a really good idea. And then I looked at the clock and I'm like, Gary, you know what? I've got an idea too. It's time for bed. He's like, no.
Oh, poor kids.
It was just so funny.
Trick
Dad,
him.
got idea. Rescue Rangers. Oh man, I love the Rescue Rangers as a kid. And it's so fun to watch them like getting excited about like the same episodes, and me like remembering them and like, oh man, I remember that.
I love
episode.
the music.
Ba-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
Rescue Rangers, so much fun. So much fun, love it. One Piece, you guys talking about One Piece. Got you. 28 years. Yes, I have not watched any of One Piece either. 1,000 manga chapters, 960 episodes on anime. That's just so Japanese. The voice from my son sounds like Macho Man Randy Savage. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I get a kick out of him. He's so funny, and he's just his cute little voice. That's not what he sounds like, but maybe he does in my mind. Maybe that's what he's gonna grow up looking like. These are things I'm gonna have to explain later. Lama's sitting there looking at it. She's like, "Who the hell is Macho Man Randy Savage?" So I'm gonna have to go back and explain everything about all that stuff to her.
I would just
smile.
pretend
I was like, smile.
I'm
Yeah, sure. He sounds just like Macho Man Randy Savage. Old school wrestling. It's my youth. All right. Let's see, what do we got here? I've been reading some Chinese comics lately. Really, what Chinese comics have you been reading? Yeah, I was never realized it was on for that long.
In English, yeah.
You've been reading them in English, or have you been reading it in the Chinese? Have you been hiding this from me? Are you a natural native Chinese speaker and reader, and I didn't even know that? Wouldn't surprise me, man. You're full of mystery. Oh, I think this tea's probably about played out. Probably get one or two more nice big long steepings with it, which about makes sense because it's 11:24. We got a couple minutes left in Midnight Tea Club. It's a lot of fun for everybody who was with us this long. If anybody else has anything they want to chat about in the next 5 minutes, like now's the time. Put it down.
Any questions?
Put it down. Put it down there in chat. I think these people have probably literally asked every single question that's possible to ask about tea at this point in time. Everybody who's in the tea chat at this point in time is just just our old friends.
Yep, they ask everything.
Yeah, excited for that 3D printer to show up. I'm gonna start printing some print stuff. I don't even know what I'm gonna print.
Yeah, I remember last time we want to make a mold for the skull. We have to borrow people's 3D machine.
Yeah, I did. I was doing some. Trying to make some skull designs for skull teapets and things like that. That I was gonna try and do, and I was gonna try and make a mold of some, and had my friend 3D print me a skull.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
So much to
Didn't
do.
go. Just too much to do. Too many things.
Mm-hmm.
Crimson Lotus flower trivet. Why can't I remember what a trivet is? Remind me what a trivet is, Orlando. Xiaxio is solo leveling. Do you know that Chinese comic? You gotta tell us what the Chinese names are, man.
Well,
the other one is called Rebirth of an Immortal Cultivator. Are you familiar with these Chinese comics, Lemon?
Okay. Let me.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. A trivet is like a stand you put a kettle on.
Living.
That could work.
Everything.
As long as the plastic that we extruded was heat resistant.
I'm not sure I know. Is that a novel?
Lamo doesn't know anything about Chinese comics. Do you know anything about Chinese comics? Did you read Chinese comic books, Lamo?
No.
Her cousins probably would. Her cousins read a lot of Chinese comic books. Or a teapot, a 3D printed teapot. That could be interesting. Maybe interesting to try some fun different designs and shapes. I could make Gemma some little cute little teapots and stuff like that.
That'd be so cool.
I was thinking of I've got some fun gear sprocket clock designs in my head that I wanted to build some working clocks, but some of the shapes are a little bit more complex than I'm able to cut out of metal. So I thought maybe if I could work out my concepts in 3D printed. I saw a design online. Some guy was actually 3D printing workable like motorcycle sprocket chain. I mean, it wouldn't work on an actual motorcycle, but for smaller stuff, I was like, dude, that's pretty cool. And it was all like printed in one go, so you don't actually have to like put all the links back together. So the chain itself was all printed together. You just kind of like break it all apart, and it actually kind of like worked. And I was just like, that's pretty cool. So I might do some fun clock design stuff. Teach the kids how gears and sprockets and teeth ratio and power stuff works. Be kind of a fun thing to do with the the kids.
What is so basically manga? What is manga?
Manga is just the Japanese word for comic books, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, Chinese style manga. Xiaxio, send me a picture of like the cover of the books, especially if it's got any Chinese words on it. Lam will probably know what it is then, but just doesn't realize the English translation. Thai found their old tea towel they bought with their first order, and remembering how long it was, maybe a Crimson Lotus scarf, a 3D printed Crimson Lotus scarf. Scarves could actually be pretty cool. I could do something like that. Yeah, these were actually really nice. I found it took us a while to find. These are the little tea towels and stuff that we got. These ones work really nicely for folding up and holding things. I'm really excited with this. The first ones that we did, man, they got the color of like the red wrong, and they turned out more like purple. The first ones we had printed were kind of like purplish, but these ones turned out really well. It's a very absorbing cloth. If you guys need a spare like tea towel, that's where I keep mine, right there. So, wow, a little Lotus on there. Looks pretty good. Works well. Legend of the Concord Heroes. Condor Heroes. Speaking of Condor, does anyone remember Condor Man? That was like the original superhero movie from the early 80s. Does anybody remember Condor Man? Is it just me? It's just me that remembers Condor Man. I don't know. I should find that movie. It's probably horribly dated. It just looks like horrible now. But like I have so many fond memories of watching Condor Man as a kid with that. It was like 5 like all black like Porsche teams like ran by like that evil guy who had like an eye patch on, and in the eye patch he had like a steel ball in place of his eye, so when he'd flip up the eye patch, it's like this big stainless steel ball. Like as a kid, like I just thought that was the coolest thing, and he could like pop the eye out, and it was kind of like this like a fidget thing that he'd fidget with, and then he'd put the stainless steel ball back in his eye and then try and catch Condor Man. Does anybody else remember that? Like some of these things that they just seem to be gone forever. Like it's like a vivid part of my childhood, and it's hard for me to find anybody else that even on the web. Like it's like nobody. Where did Condor Man go? Condor Man was like, it's like pre-Spider-Man, pre all of that stuff. Condor Man. Nobody else remembers Condor Man. Maybe it's me. Maybe just me. Gently Smelling Dolls. Never watched it. Remembers it.
Manhua.
Manhua. One of the name of the
Oh,
Chinese.
manhua.
Yeah, you remember that? You know that one?
Manhua is the English name for Chinese comic.
Oh. The name of the comic book that Ziaxio has been spending his time with is just called Comic. That's pretty funny. Send me a picture. Send me a picture of like the outside of the cover or something like that. Llama will probably know exactly what it is. So they made a Chinese drama out of that comic series. Oh, Lucy knows what it's talking about.
They made a Chinese drama.
Llama's not really up on the a lot of the modern Chinese culture, are you, Llama?
Probably not.
You have to talk to Llama's cousins. Llama's cousins like live, eat, and breathe that stuff constantly. All right, last little bit of this for the tea pets. Probably gonna close the stream out here in a minute. Whew, go clean up some of the kids' toys. Maybe play some video games. Maybe organize some of the fun little 3D printer parts that I've got without the 3D printer yet. Gotta make space for it down in my shop. Figure out how that works. Pack some orders tonight and call it good. Dude, you guys, this was awesome. It's a ton of fun. Really fun way for us to kind of end the week, and we really appreciate everybody that jumps in and has some tea with us and enjoys talking stories, just having some fun with us. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Get some sleep, read some books, play some games, whatever you're gonna do in your post midnight tea club funk, and I will see you guys maybe Monday morning, maybe Tuesday morning, maybe Tuesday morning if I can't wake up in time for the Monday morning matcha, a little morning matcha.
One of the
mornings
for sure.
We'll see whatever morning I can actually wake up for. We'll do a nice morning matcha. It's kind of fun way to start the day with Crimson Lotus tea. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Have fun and happy steeping.
Happy steeping.